Yeah,
we're gonna
boy.
we're gonna do a review of the Amazon movie Ricky Stanicky.
Yeah.
This is a movie that I did not know was coming out till Duggan texted me and said, "Yo, have you seen the trailer for Ricky Stanicky?" And I said, "What the fuck is Ricky Stanicky? It sounds like a made up name." And that is exactly what it is. And this is John Cena and what's his name? What's the kid who plays him? Zac Efron. Yeah,
Andrew Santino.
Andrew Santino. It's a comedy from. It was on Amazon Prime Video, and it's from the Farrelly brothers, which I did not know until I watched the movie and finished it. And I was like, "This movie's really funny. Who directed this?" And I waited. And it was like Peter Farrelly. I was like, "No shit. No wonder why I think this is funny." These guys, I'd say they're about 60% with their movies. Like 60% of them are funny, 40% are like terrible. So this was a good one, though. I thought it was very funny. What are your first impressions on Ricky Stanicky? Duggan, I'm going to go to you first.
Absolutely love it. Watched it twice. Fell asleep the third time. I can't say enough things about this movie. I mean, from John Cena's character, which is it absolutely steals the whole movie. This movie is geared around John Cena, which I loved, and everything about it is hilarious. From the songs that he creates to how he leans into the character of Ricky Stanicky. I love the banter between the three of the friends. It just seems like something that three shithead friends would do.
Yes.
It's a little extreme for like the what is it, the fucking
Believability.
baby shower and shit. Like, why wouldn't you want to be there for your baby shower if you want to be there shirtless for your son to be born? So like, I don't know. I wouldn't be burning that card all day long. I'd be saving the Ricky Stanicky for like, when your in-laws come in for the weekend or some shit like that. I would, but
especially that in-law. She was a real bitch.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, everything about the movie was hilarious. I don't want to do any spoilers in case somebody hasn't seen it.
No. It's been out for a week. I want to talk about it. I want you to tell me your favorite parts, dude. We're
okay.
This is the spoiler review for Ricky Stanicky.
And his songs that he creates, my favorite one was Peter Frampton at the end.
Me too.
I could not stop singing that all day long. I was telling everybody about it at work, and so all the people at work, they all saw it. We were all laughing, and like his thing with fucking calamari, that just like low key had me dying the whole time. And it's like, and I just like point out funny things to my wife while we're watching movies, and I'm like, babe, the second time we watched, I'm like, babe, watch when he grabs the calamari from the bar. It's just like so funny when he's just like, hey, why don't you get out of here before I call the police or whatever? And he's like, all right, get out. And he just grabs the calamari so fast and like just leaves, and he's eating it like he's never eaten before. And it's just like low-key shit like that just has me rolling for stuff.
This is mine. This is my calamari.
It's so hilarious. Like, and like,
he's like literally like ready to throw down over it too. He like leans in. He's like, get out of here. Don't you take this calamari from me.
And the only thing that kind of ruined it for me was fucking Jeff Roth. I fucking can't stand him. I was so upset when he was the
rabbi.
A rabbi, man. And like, where did he?
I thought he was funny. He's so stupid, but I thought he was funny.
Where did he even come from to get the fucking K
the
K hole from him? Like I don't even understand that. Like, he came out of left field. It wasn't even like he was walking up the stairs and heard them. That means he was creepily like standing upstairs, listening to them catch nuts in their mouth. Like, what a fucking weirdo. But other than that, it was perfect.
I thought this movie was really funny. There's so many bits that I was like, the subtle jokes really had me dying. Like, the big jokes were great, but the subtle jokes had me dying. Like, Andrew Santino, who I've never seen in anything. I didn't even know he was a stand-up comic till I watched this movie, and John told me that he was a stand-up comic. He was so mean to everybody. Like, especially like Ricky Stanicky, he was just like when he's getting ready to leave the party and like they're all saying their goodbyes and it's awkward and he just leans in, he's like, he's ready to go. Get out of here. The little jokes, like when he walks, don't be such a wang, Dean. Like,
and when he's talking to Ron and he's like, hey, listen, jerk off Ron. And he's like, hey, that's not his name. It's Hard On Ron. So funny.
Oh, sorry. I didn't consider Weird Al Wankoviches.
Yeah. And then, like, when his son bites on his nipple, she's like, get him off. He's like, no, he has to learn to detach. It's like, yeah, that's a good boy, Whitaker. It's
Jesus
like,
Christ.
fucking nipple.
That was the weirdest part of that movie.
Terrible name, by the way.
Baby
Little
Whitaker.
baby Whitaker. I really enjoyed the movie. I really enjoyed the movie, but I think it's one of those movies where I almost wish it was, and I never say this about comedies, but I wish it were 30 minutes longer, because I feel like the bulk of this movie should have lived with him infiltrating the life as Ricky Stanicky. And like just like popping up. I think it needed 30 more minutes of that, because I feel like it went from getting him there being Ricky Stanicky to like all of a sudden he was Ricky Stanicky, and the movie ended really quickly after that. And I don't know. I think it needed 30 more minutes. I was a little bummed it didn't have it, but I was laughing the whole time. So it did what it had to do. John,
before John goes, they could have even left it up for like maybe even a sequel. Like when because at the end of the credits they showed Zac Efron getting married. So like, what if they were like getting ready to go to the wedding like months later, and then he just gets a call from Ricky Stanicky, and he's actually in fucking trouble. So they actually have to go save him now, like for real. I think that would have been funny or something like that.
To be honest, dude, it probably, if this movie, I didn't check the numbers on Amazon. I don't even know if they even released them to see how often it was streamed.
Yep.
If it got a lot of eyes on it, which I think it might have, they probably will make a sequel to it.
We're pushing the shit out of this. John Cena, we love you. If you ever hear this,
absolutely,
please come on the show. We will talk to you about anything you want if we can see you in light.
So we can establish that Zac Efron is a solid actor, right, for what he does. Like he has
a good
lot
actor.
of roles, right? And yet he doesn't hold a fucking candle to John Cena in this.
No.
Right?
Oh,
John Cena blows him so far into the fucking water. It's astonishing.
Yeah.
Right? Like I sat there, I was like, Zac Efron's in this movie for what reason at this point?
He's well, again, he
was the comic like relief who can.
He is the supporting actor at that point.
He is. Truthfully, it's John Cena's.
This is John Cena's movie, absolutely.
It is.
You know, I love all the masturbation songs. I think they're fantastic. Right. I love the fact that as he's running out of the club through the window, he goes ahead. Excuse me. He goes ahead and he's in the Britney Spears get up, right? He's just licking the cardboard. I'm like, Jesus Christ, right? Like I think that's great. I think.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure.
You're an alcoholic, right? Yeah.
Yep.
How do you stay so jacked? Roids. I'm addicted to them too.
I think that's fantastic, right? That he just says that outright. And at the end of it, you have Zac Efron that thinks this guy's gonna pull a gun on him, right? And he goes ahead and he runs up and he's like, thump. He's like, how do you think that was going to go, you little cunt?
Yeah.
Right? And he said,
you go your way, did you, wanker?
Yeah. Didn't go the way you thought it would, did it, you wanker? That was so good.
So
and that,
good.
Dan pointed out, I wish he was here to talk about it, but he pointed out that he's
okay.
For some his kid was sick. That's why he had to leave.
Oh, he had to take a shit.
No, that would be amazing. No, but he was saying that he thought he noticed the country club at the end that they were doing their hero of the week segment at. He's like, I feel like I've seen that. I think I've seen it before. So he Googled it, he found out it was Australia. He's like, oh no, I never fucking saw that before in my life.
Well, isn't that weird that the fucking news guy was Australian? Like the guy who did the fucking hero of the week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so maybe it was like.
It was all filmed in Australia. That's why all the extras were Australian.
Did it take place in Australia? No, it took place
Providence.
in fucking right. So like, how did that even transpire? They're like, nobody will notice the news anchor who's supposed to be have an accent be from fucking Australia. No one will ever catch that.
Right.
Solid air dicker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so funny.
William H. Macy. William H. Macy was great. I like that he's like, what does he do? He's like, fuck. In the meeting, he's like, fuck you. And he's like, "What did you say, Ricky?" He's like, "Oh, I just told this guy to fuck himself or whatever." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, he's like, fuck you." He does it too. He's like, "No, it's all in good fun, but seriously, fuck you."
Good.
That's so good.
William H. Macy was great when John Cena first gets on the scene at that party, and Dan Baggs is back. He's back. Hold on.
He heard me talking.
He's back for Ricky Stanicky. Hey,
I'm back and I'm exhausted.
So what's your take on Stanicky there, Danny boy?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Somehow John Cena has gone from WWE superstar to a comedic genius with impeccable timing somehow. And I mean, just little nuances that just really add to everything. Like the scene where they put him in the taxi and they're like, okay, we're done. And the taxi starts to drive away. And what does John Cena do?
Still
Sticks his
looking
head
out of
the
it.
window.
Dan, I
As
pointed
he's
that
driving
out to
down
my
the street.
wife too. The whole time, the whole scene. It's so
He's
funny.
watching them.
It's like so uncomfortable. And then it's just like, okay, we're done. And then it's just like he sticks his head out and they're just driving away. And
Hey,
I mean,
Rod, thanks so much. It's
Yeah.
Ricky.
and just like the random stuff. And I know some of it may be him, some of it's probably the Farrellys. But I mean, just the shit that he says, like the shit wood about the desk, and that he
I
wants
love that line.
the wall to
I
be
love that line.
the color of ham, like the worst fucking color possible. I like
Ever.
this. I like something in the shade of ham.
And
You're
you,
like-
you saw that. You saw. I'm sorry. You had to have seen the end, right? Where it's got the montage of photos,
Yes.
and you see him with the fucking ham swatches on the wall.
And he's got the slice of ham, and they're comparing it. I mean, like
So funny.
what the fuck are you doing? But it's fucking great.
It's so good.
It's absolutely hilarious.
That's
and
all improv
I mean,
too.
I had a spit take when I was watching it when he did that with the Carolina when he's like I want this desk in something of a mahogany. This is a Carolina pine. That's a shit wood.
Shit wood.
And I spit out like physically. And I was like, that is incredible. Like that this man who knows nothing about this world that he is stepping into comes in and has enough balls to be like, this wood sucks. I want a new desk like tomorrow.
You guys are like bookies.
He's like, not wrong.
I mean, there's more to it than that. But honestly, I'm surprised that, I mean, I didn't catch it. I know, Kevin, you didn't catch it, that you didn't realize it was tied to the Farrellys. And I mean,
Until the
it's
end.
like- yeah, it's like, how did we not know?
Yes.
It's Providence,
their,
Rhode Island.
Providence, Rhode Island, their style comedy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was.
And Zen Gessner, that's his name.
Who?
That one guy, Zen Gessner, the one guy that is in like
The
every
ugly dude.
Farrelly Brothers movie.
Yeah, from like
One of
Shallow
the,
Hal.
Yeah, one of the
Is he the fry guy?
no, he's the average height guy from
He's the one. He's the
group out
investor
in
from
Seattle.
California.
The
Tall,
who?
skinny one. He's the tall, skinny guy with
He's
the
the tall-
midget. At
you
the
know,
end.
there's three people that come out from
Oh.
Seattle. There's a
Okay.
woman, a little person, and a normal sized person. And the normal sized guy is Zen Gessner, and he's been in like every Farrelly Brothers movie ever.
I guess I didn't even pick up on who that dude was, like at all. Like to know
No, he
that
looks a bit older.
Okay. It has been. I mean, you know, the Farrelly Brothers, I didn't watch this movie, but the longest beer run.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah. You're
Zen.
right. That guy is in every Farrelly Brothers movie.
Yeah.
He's
And he's in the Ringer too. He's the boyfriend in the Ringer, but they're
Was
tied
he
to that as
was
well.
he the bad guy in Iron Man 3?
No, that's
that's
guy Pierce.
Pierce. Yeah. No, that guy that he showed, he's the bad guy in Me, Myself, and Irene, right? Isn't he like the cop looking for him?
He's an FBI agent.
FBI agent. That's what he is. Yes, yes. He's
But
not the bad guy.
I think he might be one of the FBI agents that gets killed in the house in Me, Myself, and Irene.
Hmm. Who is he in Dumb and Dumber? Is he in Dumb and Dumber, or was that?
Yeah, he's in Dumb and Dumber, and it's
he the
like
husband?
it's a total like throwaway part, but he's there, and I forget what he is, but he's in it.
He's one of Cam Neely's fucking boys, Seabass's buddies. All right. Yeah, I thought this movie was very funny. Like I said, the subtle jokes are great. That fucking that shit wood made me laugh so loud when he sees the girl with the long hair and he's like Rapunzel, Rapunzel. Like, so good.
Yeah.
And then he looks at her and he's like, you know, he's like, people would stop talking shit about your gross hair if you cut it. And she's like, what? People talk shit about my hair. He's like, yeah, you should go for a pixie cut. It would look great with your muskrat face.
Yeah,
And he fucking pulls it up and he goes, maybe not.
Shoulder length, mid back.
Dude, and
It's
then
'cause-
her
'cause when
hair gets
people-
sucked into that return.
Oh
right?
my god!
And she just keeps getting
Oh.
clocked in the head with fucking bowling
That's so
balls.
funny.
The first sound that the first bowling ball makes when it hits her head is hilarious. It's just like a. I mean, it's fantastic.
Oh. It's so
Oh,
good.
yeah.
And you know who's like, I mean, I've seen this dude in other things, but you know who's absolutely just a disgusting person to look at is that fucking boyfriend of Wes's. That guy,
Oh my god!
he's
with MS.
oh my god, he's got MS.
I don't know. He's got a crutch.
I mean, in the
You
movie,
didn't notice that he had the, did you not notice the one crutch?
I know it's the crutch, but I
Okay.
didn't. All right, I thought you were talking about the actor. I was like, oh shit, am I talking shit about a poor dude who can't control it?
It also could be from his boyfriend Wes giving it to him.
Yeah. The when John Cena sees the photo of them, he goes, gay much. And he's like, yeah, we were really going for it that day. And he goes, oh, I'm fucking sorry, man. He's like, I didn't know you. Like, you got the Bible. He's like, he's a little jealous. He thinks because we're a couple. He goes, what? Was that in the Bible? Like he goes and picks it up.
So
He's
now,
wearing a
for me,
short-ass fucking bathrobe.
for me, it's time to say something negative about the movie.
Okay.
I could have done without the transition between when they were kids and invented Ricky Stanicky to today with that whole cartoon thing. I could have done without that.
Yeah, I guess it's the intro to the movie.
That
like
was to like let them know,
crawl,
let us know all the shit they did.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it was. I could have done without it. I'm not saying that it took away from the movie. I'm just saying if I had to say one negative thing about it, I would say that I could have done without that part.
it's fair.
Noted.
It may have been better if it were like newspaper clippings dropped on the screen.
Right. Yeah, I could have rolled with that.
But I guess that gets a little more serious though, because
It
like
does.
if there's newspaper
And they're
clippings,
just delinquents.
yeah,
Or just like
I mean, they
like
set
a
someone's fucking
hangover
house on fire.
Yeah, like a hangover ending where it's just like pictures from when they're growing up doing shit.
Mhm.
It was just like the super overly cartoony, weird kind of thing, and I was like, yeah.
I think that
Yeah,
was
it
to
doesn't
give it
really add anything to
innocence
it.
so they weren't actual fucking juvenile delinquents. Because if they actually did get in the newspaper for all the things they did, that would have been all over the news in like real life. They would have been like arrested.
Yeah,
Probably.
you're
But,
right.
You know, I will say, seconds on steak fries. Yeah.
Yeah. First take. That's the one they used.
That guy was the worst. What was his name? What was the guy's name? The character?
Polsner.
Ian Polsner?
So good.
Yeah.
What about Gary Polsner? It was Gary?
Polsner. Yeah.
Gary
Gary
Polsner. Gary Polsner. There's a problem. He's dating her cousin Carly. Cousin It.
Cousin It.
So fucking rude. I love that movie. I want to go watch it again right now.
And she was a cute girl too. It's not like she was ugly or anything.
She wasn't ugly, but
She had
like
a muskrat face.
she did have a muskrat face. But they might have been
know.
adding to that too, though. But
With the little
I don't know
nose
her.
ring, she was cute. Oh.
she's all right. She was all right. I think it's believable that someone like as fucked up as John Cena would have liked her in real life.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
Zac Efron's girl was fucking banging. She
Yeah.
was.
I like that
I
she
would never
found
lie to
out.
her.
I like that she found. I thought there was going to be like a big like. I know that there was like one or two conversations about Zac Efron's like backstory in the movie. I'm glad there wasn't like a scene where it was like his family came back into the fold, and then although I would swear it was going to happen. Like as I was watching the movie, I was like, there's going to be a scene where Zac Efron's character's like family comes back into the fold and they're going to be assholes, and like Ricky Stanicky is going to show up and like basically tell him off for Zac Efron, you know? I thought that was going to happen. Like I swear that's how that movie was going to end. And then it didn't really end that way.
I'm glad they kept it vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't need it. You just needed John Cena on screen. That's all you
Yeah.
needed.
Exactly.
John Cena.
What did he call him? What did he call the two people looking for him? He's like Joe Pesci and his fucking friend, the Sasquatch or
Sasquatch.
something.
Yeah.
Dude, The Sasquatch was the same guy that played Rictus Erectus in
Troy?
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes, it is Nathan Jones. That's correct.
Rictus Erectus.
So
Yeah.
you know Immortan Joe,
Yeah.
and he has two sons. There's the huge guy and then the tiny little guy in a wheelchair. The huge guy is Rictus Erectus. That's his name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same guy. I saw him and I was like, oh, it's Rictus Erectus.
I don't remember him.
I'm the only person.
I don't remember that. I don't remember him from Mad Max at all. But
It's a very small part.
He was also in The Protector with Tony Shaw.
Oh. He's
he's
a
the
big dude.
he's the dude in Troy. That's I know
Yep.
that. Like the fucking
But
Wait,
Tori
okay.
Dennis, something like that.
Achilles runs up and fucking stabs him in the fucking neck at the beginning of the movie. And whoop, and then like
Oh yeah.
he's that first guy that he kills. But
You know, I'll say another thing I'll say about this movie is there's not a bunch of big names in there. I mean, John Cena is a big name. Zac Efron kind of was a big name, but he's kind of up and down. But I really feel like the people that a lot of people, not household names, really kind of brought it in. And the one person I want to highlight in this is Andrew Santino.
yes.
Like,
He was so funny at Dave too. I thought that series was so funny.
Yeah. but he was so good. I mean, the shirtless thing, the baby nursing off of him, just his flippant nature. Like when they ask how the guy that broke all of his ankles asks how the show was, and he was like,
It was great, you piece of
fuck you."
shit.
And he was like, he didn't deserve that. I'm sorry.
It was great. Thanks a lot, you piece of shit. And walked away and he's like, asshole. He yells at him and then he's like, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. Hey, I'm sorry. It's so good. Yeah, it is really funny. That's what I think is there hasn't been a movie like this kind of a comedy in a long time.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it actually, I know that streaming services is the destination for comedy now, really, because you can't get them to theaters. People aren't going to go to theaters to see a comedy. Barbie, if it wasn't Barbie and it was just a comedy kind of like that, it wouldn't have done as well. So
Agreed.
I mean,
I don't know.
I think it did so well because John Cena was in it.
he was in it.
Yeah. Concur.
I think the last time I laughed that hard at a comedy in theaters was the tripping ball scene from 21 Jump Street.
That scene is very funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
seems wicked
Especially when Rob Riggle's eyebrows crawl down his face and become a
Yes.
mustache.
Yes. That's incredible.
funny. That and
Oh.
one of the funniest scenes is when Rod falls down the mountain in Hot Rod. That I
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
man.
good
yeah.
one, but I didn't see that in theaters.
Yeah, neither did I. So I don't know. I feel like John Cena to me, and I know we always talk about John Cena, this fucking dude. I'm telling you, Dan, reach out to his cousin and see if you can get him.
I'm telling you what you need to do. I've told you this 2 times now, and you have yet to do it. And you could just literally pull it from this entire section right here. You need to do a mashup of every single time we say John Cena
John Cena.
John
in
Cena.
one video,
John
in
Cena?
one reel, and tag him in it with just the random channel or the Random Things podcast logo down in the corner, and it's just John Cena, John Cena, John Cena. We talk about him so much. He's John
I
Cena.
love John Cena.
He is great. John Cena's great. But
George.
he's truly, dude. How good was the Oscars with him? The
funny.
nude scene. He's so fucking funny. Nobody has comedic timing like him. And I know we did the video a couple weeks ago about like who's the best actor turned wrestler, or vice versa, wrestler turned actor. It's definitely him. Nobody has comedic timing like this. Nobody.
Absolutely.
Batista's funny in Guardians of the Galaxy, but like not like this. This dude is comedy gold. He sells you like you believe that he's a sad loser. You feel bad for him. You know, like he translates well to the screen for these fucking roles he picks. And I don't know.
Pulled deep from his childhood.
Oh my God, that scene was great.
It's nothing but a shit baby.
Who are you to say that I can't act like Owen Wilson?
Wow.
Wow, that was
Wow.
so good. It was so good. I loved
So
Ricky
good.
Stanicky. And truth, again, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen a comedy like this. The last comedy that I saw that I was unexpectedly laughing my ass off at like this was another John Cena movie. It was fucking Blockers, which I'd never saw. And when we sat down and watched it, me and Sarah, we were like, again, like crying. We were laughing so hard. And I feel like this movie also had me doing the same thing.
Yep.
So
Pretty
Love
old.
you, John Cena.
we do love John Cena. John Cena.